Hi, families. I thought it might be helpful if I just recorded a quick video showing some strategies for helping your scholars with spelling words, both for spelling tests and whenever they are writing in general. These same skills are also really useful for reading when they are sounding words out. It's a very similar process of decoding or breaking the word into chunks and then blending the sounds back together. So I'll just talk through a couple of our upcoming spelling words and how we'll be teaching those in class and how it would be helpful for students to be practicing those at home. Our first word is under. So first we want the students to say it, under. Your turn, under. Then we'll clap the syllables. Get ready, go. Under, 2 syllables. Our next step is always to break the word into sounds to see how many sounds we need to spell. The word is under, get ready, go. N, d, under. 4 sounds, so we will draw 4 lines. Then we'll go through each sound and think what letter or letters make this sound. The first sound is How do we spell with a U? What's our next sound? Good. How do we spell it? With an N, sorry. Our next sound is D. Good. We spell it with a D. What's the final sound in our word under? Good. The sound is We're going to use ER. This is our most common spelling pattern for the sound. Notice it's 2 letters on one line because these 2 letters work together to make one sound. Your student should then be able to sound it out and blend it back together. Under. Let's try another word. Let's see. Another one of our words this week is open. So same process. Say the word open. How many syllables? Get ready, go. Open. Open. 2 syllables. Now we're going to break it apart into sounds. The word is open. Get ready, go. O-p-e-n. Open. 4 sounds again, so we would draw 4 lines. What is the first sound in our word? Good, the first sound is O. I also know that long O sound is at the end of a syllable. I can use the letter O to say O at the end of a syllable. O, what's our next sound? P. Good. We spell it with a P. This is a hanging letter that goes down low. What's our next sound? E. O, P, E. We spell E with an E. What is our final sound? O, P, E, N. We spell N with an N. So in these words, we tend to have a lot of times where the sound is represented by one letter. But we are working on increasingly complex vowel teams and digraphs as we move through 2nd grade. So a lot of times there might be more than one letter on that line representing one sound. Let's look at an example. For example, the word, looking at our list, noise. One of our words is noise. First, let's say the word noise. How many syllables? Get ready, go. Noise. 1 syllable. Count the sounds, get ready, go. N, oi, z, noise. This one's a little different. 3 sounds, so 3 lines. What is our first sound in the word noise? Good, the first sound is N. What is our next sound? Good, the sound is oi. This is a new vowel team we haven't worked on much yet. We'll be explicitly teaching it in class. OI says oi in the middle of a word. N, oi, z. This is where we have to think. We are not using a Z to make the Z sound. We have learned that S can also make the Z sound. We also know if a word is not plural, it shouldn't end in S, so we use a silent E after the S. This is something we just have to memorize in our brains. There's not any sound associated with the letter. So we're showing these 2 letters are just making one sound, that Z sound. N, oi, z, noise. The way I've been breaking these up onto lines might be different when you're thinking about different phonics rules. It might be slightly different between how teachers are approaching it, but the big idea is that we want students to stop and stretch the word, identify how many sounds there are, and then carefully think about which letter or letters make that sound. That's our big transition in second grade, that it's not always one letter, one sound. We might have 2 or 3 letters working together to make a single sound. So as we continue to grow our knowledge of letter teams, digraphs, vowel teams, we want students to apply that in both their writing and their reading. This is the same thing where if a student were reading and they saw this word, we would hope they would break it down in this way orally or in their head and see ois, noise, rather than sounding out ah, is, eh. We want to start internalizing that OI is a team that will say oi, or that SE can say S or Z and is not always 2 separate sounds. So like I said, lots of connections between spelling and reading, and I hope this was helpful just to show a little more about how we approach this in class. As always, please feel free to reach out to your scholars teachers with any questions. Thank you.